And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, here to bring you up to date with all of the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. That includes some huge Trent Alexander-Arnold news as the Athletic have provided an update with regards to his situation amid Real Madrid links. So we'll discuss that, of course, a bit in detail later on. But I just wanted to talk about something a bit more, a bit not necessarily involving us as such, but obviously involving our owners, but also a sad time, really, because yesterday we provided you an update stating that FSG were distancing themselves with regards to the Bordeaux stuff, despite there being reports that they had made a huge U-turn on trying to acquire Bordeaux. Look, we know the situation that our owners are going to be buying a new football club at some point, and it did seem that new football club was going to be Bordeaux, but they all came out and basically stated that they've gone their own separate ways. Now we're starting to get pretty sad news this morning that FSG was Bordeaux's only hope, and now basically FSG lawyers have basically informed Bordeaux they will not be continuing the takeover, and now Bordeaux are on the verge of basically disaster and financial ruins at this moment in time. Whilst it's not our football club, you always got to have to feel for football clubs going into that sort of situation. So it's quite sad to see that FSG weren't able to, of course, come to an agreement and take them over, but it is what it is, I suppose. But still, I do feel for the Bordeaux as a football club and them as fans, as they're in financial ruins. And it does look as though they're going to be going down to the third tier of French football, as reports are stating that FSG or their only hope, and that's not going to be happening. So, a bit of news with regards to that one. Another news is that the Liverpool have lined up deals to add 2 highly rated youngsters to their ranks this summer, but fans are unlikely to see either player officially being unveiled. With the Reds overseeing quiet summer in the transfer market so far, fans are, for right or for wrong, growing frustrated with the lack of updates. Slot will travel to the United States this week with a mishappened squad due to the absence of 11 key players following the summer's internationals. Many of those flying stateside still facing uncertain futures in terms of moves elsewhere, or if they will stay with the first team or rejoin the academy. But there has been little movement when it comes to new arrivals, with deals for teenagers Alvin Ayman and Rio Naguma the extent of Liverpool's incoming business so far. The club are believed to have agreed terms to sign the 16-year-olds from Wolves and Chelsea respectively, with the sizable fees expected for both. Despite this though, fans are unlikely to see official confirmation from the club for either signing, at least in the manner of they have grown used to for the first team additions. It will be a surprise if photographs are of either midfielder Ayman or winger Naguma are holding their shirts aloft at the Exit Training Centre are shared on the club's official website or social media channels. Instead, as the case as last year's signings, Trey Ione and Amarat Nalalo, they should be quietly integrated into the youth ranks. Neither Ayman or Naguma are believed to have been involved in pre-season games for the under-18 so far, with Mark Bridge-Wilkinson's squad currently in Germany, where they will face Bayern Munich on Thursday. That is due to the protracted mechanics involved in signing at youth level, with up to 4 weeks required before the Premier League will ratify a deal. Furthermore, given both players will join Liverpool as scholars, compensation will be needed to pay to their previous clubs, and though terms can be agreed with the players beforehand, that process can be more difficult. If clubs are unable to settle on a suitable fee, the case could go to an independent tribunal at a later date to determine the scale of the compensation. Nevertheless, they appear to be on the hiccups out of the ordinary when it comes to Liverpool signing Ayman and Numa, but while supporters are clamouring for new faces to arrive at Anfield, don't expect the club to present these particular additions with any fanfare. So that is the extent of our business so far with regards to those 2 youngsters. Again, I have no problems with that because we've seen what the youth and us investing into our youth did last year. Pretty much won a trophy, helped us out in certain situations, kept us in a title race. So again, I'm not against that at all. I like to see the club sign younger players, and probably we will see them. And the fact that we're paying sizable fees for them at young players just goes to show that they are pretty good players. So yeah, that's an update with regards to them. Now moving on to Trent Alexander-Arnold, the Athletic have provided an update with regards to certain situations with regards to them, and basically they have stated that that contract talks are going to be sorting out before anything happens with regards to Liverpool in the transfer market. Basically, sorting out Alexander-Arnold's contract is the new and top priority for Sporting Director Richard Hughes, which will become first before transfers. The club's vice-captain is on holiday after the Euros, but the Athletic report he is looking forward to working with Slot, and no talks or no indication of him wanting to go to Real Madrid are apparent at this moment in time. Now, I did speak in a recent video that it is a bit of a farce that Liverpool, regardless of what you think, have Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk in the last year of their contracts. It's absolutely criminal, right? I understand maybe for Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk, they're a bit older, so they're going to be getting shorter term contracts. But how the heck is Trent Alexander-Arnold going into the final year of his contract? And whilst he's a Liverpool boy, you know, you don't want to require any temptation. You know, Real Madrid these days are vultures, and, you know, they can offer a lot, and they don't like to pay transfer fees these days. And I don't care who you are, people say anything. I've heard it and seen it in football so many times. People go, oh, he would never leave, he supports the club. Guys, that doesn't happen. You know, if Real Madrid come in for a player and they can offer a sporting project where you might win 4 or 5 Champions Leagues in 12 years that you're there at the club, 3, 4, 5 league titles, then that is an attractive proposition for any player. I don't care who you are. So yes, I do think it was a farce, and that the fact that we've let it go down to the final year of his contract, but the fact that we're looking to try and tie him down to new terms over the next couple of weeks, and as the priority is good news. And the Athletic also reporting that there is no indication that he wants to go to sort of Real Madrid or leave the football club. And that's a confidence that he wants to work with Slot and stay at Liverpool at this moment in time. So yeah, that's good news if you look at it like that. With regards to Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, not sure what's happening there, but I do suspect their futures will be resolved this summer as well. We'll find out what's happening in regards to them, because we want them to stay at the football club too, and then potentially then go into new signings. So a quiet end to July, probably contract talks and stuff like that, a bit of pre-season. At least Liverpool are back in some form of capacity, that we can start watching some games, start talking about matches and stuff like that. And then hopefully the transfer window will start to open for us, and hopefully we'll start to get a bit of move on with our business, because I still stand by it. Again, I don't claim that I know better than Michael Edwards, Richard Hughes, Arne Slot, but I think as a fan base we all know that we need a new defender. Definitely, I think that's 100% certain. We need a new defender, and we need to start looking towards these days. Like, what happens if Mo Salah goes? What happens if Virgil van Dijk goes? We need to start, you know, preparing for the future and signing more players as well. I don't think stock loading, but there's certainly a couple of positions that we do need to bolster at bare minimum, that being a number 6, and that of course being a left-sided defender. That's needs must, and I think we will get those signings over the line. But Liverpool fans, that's all I've got for you today, guys. Do let me know your thoughts on the news in regards to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and yeah, that brings us to the end of today's video. Please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Don't forget to check out our new collection. Link is down in the description, or go to copyclothing.com. Guys, get one of these Arnie Slot tees. They are absolute bangers and selling really, really fast. So do get them. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care.